Hello my scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. So I started this layout by creating my own patterned paper. I absolutely loved the papers in this kit and I loved how there were so many of each one, so I wasn't afraid to cut into them. But I was missing a little bit of patterned paper. So I decided to pull out one of our Vicky Bouton stencils that we got in a past kit and use my $12 Kmart makeup brushes to rub on a few of my inks in a matching color palette to create my own mixed media patterned paper background. Now, I'm only showing you myself doing this once, but I did actually do this twice. So I had two of this same size. The green that I am using is the Distress Oxide Evergreen Bow. The pink I am using is the Distress Oxide Kitsch Flamingo. And the yellowy colour I am using is a Mementos Teardrop ink in Peanut Brittle. I just used all the same brush. I didn't clean my brush off as such. I just had a scrap sheet of paper next to me and kind of gave it a little rub on that piece of paper before I changed inks. But I found if I layered the inks like the pink on top of the pink on top of the pink, it gave a really nice vibrant colour and it didn't have a sort of dirty look to it because of the brush. I know that the orangey peanut brittle colour does look a little bit, dirty because of the ink already being on the brush. But as you can see here in the finished one, it actually turned out beautiful. So I then added a strip of washi tape down along the edge, but I still didn't feel like that was enough. So then I added a strip of just plain pink, but I still didn't feel like that was enough. And then I remembered about that super cute border that was on the sticker sheet. So I added that scalloped border as well. Now I do end up covering most of this up with the photos and the embellishments, but you can see a touch of it and that still makes such a big difference to the layout. So you can see that I have backed that little stencil piece there with a piece of the pattern paper from the kit. So as I mentioned before, that was two of the stencils. I just found an inconspicuous place to join them together where the leaves kind of joined up. And now I'm covering the join anyway with that banner piece. Now, it's not 100% necessary. I think I joined the papers really well that you couldn't really notice that there was a join between the two pieces of stencil. But with that banner piece actually literally sitting across the join, then you really don't know that they've been joined up. So of course I'm using two of the super beautiful accordion pinwheel flowers. Just another reminder that they are super tricky to get off the acetate, so do be careful. And then I'm layering up just a little bit of embellishment around those using a few bits and bobs. Some things stuck up on foam, some things stuck flat, just a big variety. I have pulled a word title out of my stash. I know we got beautiful thickers in this month's kit and I absolutely had every intention of using them, but I didn't actually know what I wanted my title to be. So then I kind of went looking through the phrases to see if anything popped out. And this wood grain one just spoke to me as being the right thicker for the job. I at first had wondered if I needed something black because so many of the people in the photo are wearing black, but I just really loved the wood grain, so I rolled with it. So I've just finished that little cluster down the bottom there. Thankfully that word family just squeezed on without putting too much of the F underneath the ephemera, so you can actually still read what it says. And I'm going to work on my top cluster now. I really wanted to get this little banner on at all costs, but I had to be so careful not to cover up Thomas's face. The photo of all the kids like with their heads together, it's actually a one of those like remakes from back when the kids were babies. So my two weren't even in the original photo because they weren't born. Just the bigger ones were in the original photo, and Nan really wanted the kids to remake it before the eldest girl, my niece, took off to go overseas for a big overseas adventure. This was actually her going away dinner because she was about to take off for at least 6 months, traveling Europe and experiencing the world. So as you can tell, I'm up to splatters, so I'm just about done here. I've got gold, I've got black, and then I decided it needed just a little bit of white, so I'm popping on some white splatters as well. And at first I was only going to put the white splatters across that tealy green background, but decided I'd just put them everywhere. I am so tickled pink with how this one came together. I think this is my favorite layout of the month. I hope I have inspired you to pull out your stencils and your inks and just create. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next month.